Welcome, Internet Nomad. Today I'm going to share some memories I have with the Animal Crossing series. Animal Crossing is one of the first series I remember playing in the GameCube era. The GameCube was my first new console. I didn't pick many of the games we got since I was a kid with no internet in the early 2000s. We owned a good library of games that held a special place in my gaming memories. Instead of buying games, mostly we would rent out games from Blockbuster. When we first got the GameCube, one of the first titles we had was Animal Crossing. After that game, I played almost every Animal Crossing game except the Amiibo Festival and Happy Home Designer. But by the time of the 3DS game, I started losing interest in the series. I started Animal Crossing on the GameCube, and my whole family was into the game. I remember playing the NES games every time I booted up the game. I remember the race to pay off the debts, because my mother paid off hers and got a golden statue in the plaza. When the pandemic happened, the only good thing that came from those years of isolation was Animal Crossing New Horizons. I think it was all the free time I had playing Animal Crossing, and re-falling in love with the series came naturally. I decided to start this blog to share my gaming memories and put an end to the massive backlog of games I accumulated over the years. My personal favorite Animal Crossing games list. Animal Crossing New Horizons. This is my favorite game in the series, mainly because of the crafting element. It was awesome finding resources and making things. Every season had its own craft materials. I love the multiplayer in the game. I think it was awesome to play with my family at the same time in local multiplayer. The second game on my list is Animal Crossing on the GameCube. This is my second favorite because of the NES games. This is how I played my first NES game. Balloon Fight and Donkey Kong were my two favorite games. I also liked how the characters asked you to do more chores in the game, which is missing in New Horizons. The third game on my list, Animal Crossing City Folk. I like this game a great deal because of all the cool events. The mailman would give cool items based on Nintendo games coming out for the Wii. I remember playing online with my friend using the Wii Speak. It was awful, and all I heard was my friend's little brother screaming. I played this one a lot. 4 is Animal Crossing New Leaf, and 5 is Animal Crossing Wild World. The main reason New Leaf is so low is because I didn't really own the copy. I wasn't the mayor, and I didn't have my own 3DS at the time. I'm sure it would be higher if I played it more. Wild World just felt very bare bones, and I spend most of my time playing the console games. Favorite parts of Animal Crossing. When it comes to Animal Crossing games, sometimes the best part is making your own fun. I'm not a completionist in the slightest. To remedy that, Animal Crossing New Horizons added daily missions, basically small tasks that change after one is completed. Your reward is Nook Miles. The problem is, after beating the game and playing for almost a few years, I have too many miles and nothing to use them on. Here's a list of things I did to make my own fun with Animal Crossing. Gyroid collecting. When these little collectibles were added to the game, I started actually going to the islands in search of them. Luckily, Nook Miles are your currency to find them. Also liked how you could customize them. That added a whole layer to collecting them. 2. Music collecting. Every day a song will be purchasable at the Nook machine. I tried to collect every song possible. On the weekends, if you talk to KK Slider, you could request songs you don't have. The process is finicky though. Sometimes I swear I typed correctly, but Slider plays one of the invalid songs. I love listening to all the songs included in the game. 3. Clothes and headwear. Every day I check the Able Sisters for new clothes and other wearable things. I started doing this in the DS game. I like the headwear more than the clothes. I think it's awesome that you can collect all these different accessories. It makes the game not grow stale. Back in the GameCube days of Animal Crossing, the biggest problem was weeds. If you time traveled or forgot to play for a certain amount of days, the player would wake up with weeds all over the town. I think the modern Animal Crossing fixed that problem by giving you some money for weeds and using weeds in some crafting recipes. The new problem is flowers. In the old games, players could get rid of flowers by just running into them. Now a player has to shovel each flower, and the worst part is they don't stack like weeds. I think that would fix most problems without changing the properties of flowers. Anyway, I'm spending most of my time in Animal Crossing digging out flowers. My favorite thing about the GameCube game was the nights I had to turn on the lighthouse. I remember the mayor was going on vacation and asked me to turn on the lighthouse every night. This time was close to my bedtime, so I got to play Animal Crossing every night that week or so. Animal Crossing was a big family game. In fact, my mom got a Switch just for Animal Crossing. This game and Rock Band were family favorites. I think if my whole family wasn't playing, I may not have that many memories past the first game. I love seeing other people's islands and how they decorate them. The freedom to add furniture outside is a welcome feature. New Horizons really took the best from each game and made a wonderful experience. I remember designing patterns a lot in the first game. It was cool seeing the characters wear my designs. My brother and I would try to get the most characters wearing our shirts. I might revisit the game in future videos. This video was mainly composed of my Twitter blog, Switch Tales, which I rebranded to my own Game Tales. Basically, Animal Crossing was the first game I covered in this blog. I took what I wrote about the game and edited more. Follow my blog to see more. There's so much I could share since I played these games for hours. I hope you come along if you want.